Hello, everybody. Welcome to our fourth edition of Energized San Antonio Face to Face. I'm Dan Eason of Energized San Antonio.
And I'm Christian Guerra with Toyota of Boerne and also co-host of the San Antonio Rising Star Show, which airs Saturdays from 2 to 3 p.m. on KLUP 930 AM Talk Radio.
You know, I have to give you a quick plug. I was out at your service department last week, and you guys actually serviced two of my cars. Did a wonderful job, and so hats off to you guys.
Well, we aim to please.
Well, good. Well, I want to also congratulate Casey Moeller. She won our $10 gift certificate to El Chaparral restaurant. She said on the comment section below the video on Energized San Antonio that her favorite park was Breckenridge, which is, of course, popular by so many. So thank you to Casey Moeller for participating on that.
Awesome. Now I want to kind of get into an interesting fact that I found on San Antonio. San Antonio is actually in the top 20 economies in the United States. And when I did a little bit of research, I found out a couple of the reasons contributing to that. One, we have an overall pro-business environment in the state of Texas. Two, we have an uptick in the oil and gas industry, primarily from the Eagle Ford shale discovery. We've had a number of oil and gas companies relocate to our city. And three, we've had an influx of California tech companies that have moved to our city. Medtronic would probably be the best example of that.
You know, when you look at what's going on in other parts of the country, you know, especially outside of Texas, we are truly blessed to be in this area. So
Absolutely. You know, economists have kind of coined this area as a recession-proof pocket in the overall economy. So way to go, San Antonio.
Oh yes. I'm so glad to be here. I would not want to be anywhere else.
Me neither.
Well, did you know that the Frito Chip was actually discovered or invented here in San Antonio?
I did not know that.
A gentleman by the name of Elmer Doolin in 1932 bought the recipe for this corn chip, as well as distribution to about 19 different retail establishments for $100. And over the course of the next year, he and his mom and his brother made these chips that they called Fritos. They're in their mom's kitchen, and a year after starting doing that, they went from 10 pounds a day to 100 pounds a day, and the chip became more and more popular. And unfortunately, in 1937, they became so popular throughout Texas that they moved their location or their kitchen to Dallas so that they could distribute their product easier throughout the United States. When Elmer died in 1959, they were selling $50 million of these Frito chips. And of course, the rest is history. You know, Lay's bought them a couple of years later, and then PepsiCo, and now it's this multi-billion-dollar company. All started right here in San Antonio.
Well, and you told us last week that chili also came from our city, so I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that the Frito pie was invented in San Antonio as well.
Well, I think you're correct in making that assumption. So, well, tell us about your inspirational person in San Antonio.
Absolutely. My inspirational person this week is actually twin brothers, Gabe and Carlos Garcia, owners of El Chaparral, which has 3 locations here in the San Antonio area, one actually out in Helotes off Highway 16. But really, it's not just that they're great businessmen and they have great Mexican food. What we want to highlight is that they're getting involved in the Tour for Children. The bike race actually starts from their location on Highway 16. There's going to be a carnival all day long with kids events and family events in case you don't ride. But basically, our hats off to them because they're not just good businessmen, but they are involved in the community and they care about giving back.
Well, yes. And if I understand correctly, too, they could have gone and done so many different things. They're bright guys, and they decided to stick around here, run the restaurants, and then give back to the community. So
absolutely, they have. They're a true example of entrepreneurs, and they have definitely taken their family-owned and operated company to the next level.
Well, my inspirational person is a gentleman by the name of Mike Arnold. Mike started an organization called Cross Trail Outfitters, and it's a hunting and fishing club for children between the ages of 5 and 20. And what he does is he takes these kids who wouldn't normally be exposed to the outdoors, and he brings them out there and educates them on all the great things that that's there for the outdoors in hunting and fishing and safety and the whole bit. But he takes them out there and teaches them about that and makes them really appreciate the outdoors. But as a group too, he teaches them Christian leadership, and he teaches them to give back to the community. And so they've done so many different community projects. They've gone out and they've done some missionary work throughout the world as well.
That's great.
And he spent a lot of time growing this, and he's got other people excited around the country, and now has 12 of these similar type groups throughout 5 different states.
Wow.
And so, hats off to him for starting up this program and doing something that's really inspiring a lot of kids.
Absolutely. That's a great story, and that's a great thing he's doing by, showing kids the outdoors and helping them find an appreciation for the outdoors. Dan, I've got a trivia question for this week. What San Antonio, very famous former NBA player, that played basketball in San Antonio, we want to know the answer to that question. We're a basketball-oriented city. So what famous former NBA player played high school ball here in our great city?
Played high school basketball. Well, knowing the type of NBA city or basketball city that we are, I'm sure we'll get a number of answers for that. If you will email us the right answer, we will draw the name of one person with the right answer and give them a $10 gift certificate to El Chaparral restaurant.
Awesome.
So make sure that you send in those answers.
All right. Also remember to put comments in the section below our video today. We want to get a lot of feedback. We always want to hear your input. And I believe we also have a gift card for them as well for that.
Yes. Also, another $10 gift certificate to El Chaparral for the person that tells us their favorite San Antonio event.
Okay.
In the comment section under the video on Energized San Antonio, and has the most likes on their comment. Whoever does that then will win that $10 gift certificate. So thank you to El Chaparral for providing those for us.
So many giveaways for our followers. You got to love it. Well, Dan, finally.
It's easy.
Yeah. If you have some inspirational people that you would like for us to highlight on Face to Face, we want to hear from you. You can email Dan at energizedsanantonio.com, or you can email me, Christian, at energizedsanantonio.com. We'd love to hear your feedback.
Yes. And thank you to all of those that have already provided some great comments and feedback to us. Well, Christian, thank you again. Great visiting with you, and I look forward to seeing you online.
Dan, I'll see you online.
Okay, bye.
Bye.